Tuesday's Apple event titled California Streaming for no obvious reason. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Just like, okay, we're just going to take a song title and like make it a pun, and it will have nothing to do with streaming at all. Like, I saw that and I expected a whole bunch of, like, I expected it to be really Apple TV focused or something. And they did talk about some new shows and new workouts, and you can work out with others and share play and all of that. But this was a hardware focused event. This was hardware first and hard. With the biggest one being the new A15 chip, which is the heart of all the fancy new iDevices. It features a 6-core design, 2 high-performance cores, 4 efficiency cores, rated at up to 3.23 gigahertz on the iPhone 13 Pro. And in the event, Apple compared the CPU to the competition, which is a little unusual for them. They said it is
not specified.
50% faster than the competition, instead of doing what they normally do, which is compare against the last gen iPhone, because Apple, for the most part, lives in a bubble where nothing else exists. You either have an iPhone or you are some kind of caveman. Geekbench results have trickled out. On the iPhone 13 Pro, the A15 gets around 1728 single core, 4695 multi-core, and what it appears is that Apple's CPU improvements have slowed down. And I mean, I'm sure, man, I can't think of exactly when I said this. I'm sure I said it at some point, but the mobile space has kind of been like, exactly like the PC space, but kind of like in the way that a flea is sort of like a, you know, like a larger mammal. Like, they have a very similar life cycle, but the flea just does everything so much faster. So mobile went from sort of, you know, just starting out and everything was super crappy to, wow, we're getting these monstrous improvements, monstrous improvements, to, okay, now we're hitting a wall and it's actually really hard to squeeze more performance out of these things. And it happened on this accelerated scale. And the reality of it is that Apple is still designing outstanding CPUs and SoCs. So the CPU would be a part of the SoC. It's just that physics is a bitch. What are you going to do about it? You can't keep just making it less nanometers. It's not that simple. Sorry, Luke.
There's also like the vast majority of applications that consumers use it for are satisfied. That's another thing that happened with PCs as well. Yeah. Like, as much as gamers want faster computers, as much as scientists and industry want faster computers, the average consumer doesn't really need it too much. And the average consumer can do most of the things that they really need to do on their phone, other than potentially play faster games again. So there's a market for it, but like, I mean, it's hit the satisfactory level for standard applications for consumers.
Our biggest problem with mobile gaming, though, isn't even the performance. It's actually managing to freaking maintain it. I mean, on a modern device, and to be clear, Apple does a better job of this than most of their Android competitors. On a modern device, you actually could easily run it at native resolution, or at least what it needs to be. I mean, 1080p on a screen like this freaking size is lots. It's lots. So you'd be able to run it at native res, high refresh rate. All you have to do is keep the bloody thing from throttling. The integrated GPU has 4 to 5 cores, and we get 6 gigs of RAM on the iPhone 13 Pro series, and the rest get 4 gigs. I believe they finally did away with the 64 gig iPhone this time around. We talked about that on TechLinked. And in other big news for the iPhone specifically, ProRes is now supported on the iPhone 13 Pro. That is pretty freaking sick. Like, if you are into recording mobile video, there is absolutely no other choice at this point. If you record video on your phone, like, now that Apple supports ProRes, giving you the flexibility to grade your footage in post and really retain more of that data, I mean, the proof is going to be in the pudding. We have not been hands-on with it yet, but this is, in my opinion, the biggest part of this announcement. I mean, they didn't really do anything else that blows me away. They upgraded the camera module here and there. They added a 1 terabyte model, which gets you up to $1,600 on a Pro Max. Brighter screen, 1200 nits peak brightness on the iPhone 13 Pro. But being able to record ProRes as a creative, man, their video was already amazing. This just takes it one more step above. It should be noted, though, this is interesting. The 128 gig version cannot record in ProRes at 4K 30 FPS. It is capped at 1080p. So, Luke, you're Apple, right? You're sitting in the boardroom. Walk me through this. Your options are, okay, you've got this great feature, but your phone just doesn't have enough storage to actually utilize it, okay? You've got options, though. You can either cripple the feature for your entry-level users who, by the way, not that entry-level. They are still buying your Pro phone. They're still buying your top series of phone.
$800 phone.
Okay,
yeah.
so you can kneecap this feature, or hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
You could put expandable storage on your bloody phone.
Nah, because I mean, Tim Sweeney probably would like that. So
Tim Sweeney. This has nothing to do with the Apple versus Epic lawsuit.
But he'd probably think that's cool. So we got to make sure we stay away from that. Let's hamstring that low version. Let's make people buy the expensive one. This is good. This makes sense. People
okay, Luke. Thank you.
Because this will create a differentiation for people. Because they'll be able to go like, oh yeah, you have an iPhone? Can you record in ProRes? No? Ugh.
All right.
Yikes. They should make it so that when you message someone on iMessage, if you have ProRes capability on your phone, you get a different colored chat bubble.
Oh my God. You know what? Whoa. I'm amazed Apple hasn't done that yet.
If you have the newest phone, you get a cool,
a new color of chat. Well, I mean, it's not like they haven't added features to chat that are enabled only on upper tier phones or brand new phones, like animojis, for example. Does anyone use those? Are those like kind of dead meme at this point, or are they super cool? Guys, you're gonna have to let me know in the chat. I don't text any children, so I don't know what the new meta is for iMessage. I have no idea. I would love to know. I genuinely want to know. Are animojis cool? Were they ever cool? I have no idea. So it's not like they haven't pulled that before, but oh man, that would be next level. I could see them doing it, actually. I really could see them doing it, but only for like a really, really special device. Like if they did an anniversary edition iPhone or something like that, you know, they want to go like years down the line even, you know, 50th anniversary iPhone, you know, I don't know, right? But something really special. If you had like a really trendy, like pearl white chat bubble, how cool would that be? How much cooler would you be than all of your friends, right? Man, I could totally see them doing it.